Have you ever questioned the traditional methods of education? This isn't just a rhetorical question. It's an invitation to open our minds to the possibilities of what education could be. For centuries, we've been operating under the assumption that the classroom, textbooks, and rote memorization are the pillars of learning. But is that all there is? Education isn't just about acquiring knowledge. It's about understanding. It's about sparking curiosity. It's about equipping ourselves to navigate the world. The traditional methods, while they have their merits, often overlook these critical aspects. They tend to focus on the what, leaving out the why and the how. It's time to rethink. It's time to question. It's time to ask ourselves, are we educating for the sake of education, or are we educating for the sake of learning? Are we merely imparting knowledge, or are we cultivating wisdom? It's time to dive into a conversation that could change the way we perceive education. Change is the only constant, and it applies to education as well. This sentiment resonates deeply with students who navigate the labyrinth of modern education systems. The current system, while having its strengths, often leaves students feeling like they're trying to fit into a one-size-fits-all mold. The standardized tests, the rigid curriculum, the relentless pursuit of grades, they all contribute to a system that doesn't always cater to the unique strengths and interests of each individual student. This isn't to discount the value of the current education system. After all, it has produced some of the most brilliant minds of our time. Its emphasis on discipline, structure, and a broad base of knowledge is undeniably important. But the question students are increasingly asking is this enough? Or rather, is this all that education can be? Enter the world of online learning, a realm that has opened up an array of possibilities. The pandemic may have forced us into this world, but many students have found it a space that allows for more flexibility and personalization. With online learning, education isn't confined to the four walls of a classroom or the rigid timelines of a school day. It's about learning at your own pace, exploring your interests, and diving deep into subjects you're passionate about. It's about learning not just for grades, but for the sheer joy of acquiring knowledge. Yet even online learning isn't without its challenges. The lack of social interaction, the need for self-discipline, and the digital divide are all issues that need addressing. But these challenges don't negate the potential of this platform. They simply highlight the need for hybrid models of education that combine the best of both worlds. In the end, what students desire is an education system that recognizes and nurtures their individuality. A system that doesn't just impart knowledge but also fosters curiosity, creativity, and critical thinking. A system that prepares them not just for exams, but for life. The current education system has its merits, but there's always room for improvement. The students have spoken. Now it's time to listen, adapt, and evolve. As educators, it's our responsibility to adapt and evolve with the changing times. This statement carries an immense weight, a truth that we as teachers must shoulder every day. Teaching is not a static profession. It's a dynamic and ever-changing landscape that continually presents us with new challenges and opportunities. Let's take a moment to consider the current education system. It's a system that, while built on a foundation of good intentions, often struggles to meet the diverse needs of our students. As we navigate through this system, we encounter numerous hurdles. These range from overcrowded classrooms that limit individual attention to standardized tests that may not reflect a student's full range of abilities. Yet, despite these challenges, we strive to create an environment that fosters growth, curiosity, and a love for learning. We're not just teaching facts or figures. We're shaping minds, building character, and nurturing potential. Now, imagine a different approach to education, one that's more flexible, student-centered, and tailored to each individual's needs and interests. Such an approach recognizes that learning is not a one-size-fits-all process. It acknowledges that each student is unique with their own strengths, weaknesses, and ways of understanding the world. In this model, we as teachers become guides rather than dictators of knowledge. We facilitate learning experiences that empower students to take charge of their education, encouraging them to ask questions, seek answers, and explore their passions. This shift from a teacher-centered to a student-centered approach may seem daunting. However, the potential rewards are immense. It allows students to become active participants in their learning journey, fostering a deeper understanding and a lifelong love for learning. It also equips them with the skills they need to navigate an ever-changing world: critical thinking, creativity, resilience, and adaptability. Remember, as educators, we're not just imparting knowledge, we're inspiring future generations. We're preparing them for a world that we may not fully understand ourselves, and that's the beauty and the challenge of our profession. The goal of education is not to fill a bucket, but to ignite a fire. That's the ethos we should strive for, because a mindset ablaze with curiosity and passion for learning is the most powerful tool a person can possess. So, where do we go from here? It's evident that both teacher and student see eye to eye on one crucial point. Education needs a fresh approach. It's time to shake off the dust and breathe new life into our classrooms. Imagine a world where learning plans are customized to each student's individual strengths, interests, and learning styles. It's not about a one-size-fits-all model, but about celebrating diversity and fostering a love for learning. Moreover, we need to shift the spotlight onto critical thinking skills. Instead of rote memorization, let's encourage our students to question, analyze, and solve problems. Let's equip them with the tools to navigate this ever-changing world. And let's not forget about technology. The classroom of the future will be digital, interactive, and immersive. Technology can open doors to new learning experiences that were previously unthinkable. Change is inevitable, but it's up to us to guide that change in a positive direction. Education is a journey, not a destination. This adage has been the guiding principle of our discussion today. We've traversed the avenues of traditional education methods and explored the need to rethink these systems. Our journey began with the student's perspective, a viewpoint often overlooked but critically important. The call for a more personalized, flexible system was loud and clear, one that isn't rigid, but molds itself to fit the learner, promoting critical thinking and sparking creativity. We then ventured into the teacher's world, understanding their challenges and the potential solutions they envision. A common ground was found, an education system that supports both the student and the teacher, a system that is not just about information, but transformation. As we wrap up this enlightening discussion, remember, the future of education is in our hands. We have the power to shape it, to make it more effective, more inclusive, and more engaging. Let's take this journey together.